Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another political episode. We got the state of Washington as one of our final states, and we have just, I want to believe, 4 ballot measures to talk a lot about. And we have, out of the 4, no prevailed 3 times. One, and the only one where yes prevailed. And you're going to see that yes wins in Measure 2066, which basically would ensure access to natural gas. And looking at this ballot measure, it says this measure would repeal parts of the Washington Decarbonization Act that deter the use of natural gas, and it would require local governments and utilities to provide natural gas to customers who are eligible. And looking at this map, this kind of looks sense. You're seeing we are repealing a big government program, as you should know, and I'm surprised this even worked. And in other words, it kind of makes sense. Why should we let big government control natural gas? Instead, let local government control it and control its own gas instead of having the big government, state government, control it. And most Washingtonians, it's controversial, 51.7% of Washingtonians said yes to this ballot measure, which is good, actually. I support 100% the idea that we, the people of our own city and municipalities, can control our own municipality and city gas and natural gas. So obviously you have just 4 liberal counties going against it. Seattle, which of course is in King County, 59%. Jefferson County has some university or something. Clallam County, and then there's Bellingham County. No, not Bellingham. That's a city. Whatcom County, 50.6% to 49.4%. Looking at the measure here, you'll see, yes, Lincoln, the county of Lincoln has 73% in support of the ballot measure. This is Lincoln County, Washington, 73%. Well, no. Looking at no is Jefferson County, obviously. Jefferson County doesn't have Olympia. I thought Mason County had Olympia or something like that. I know there is some sort of institution in Washington that makes it kind of pretty liberal in these rural areas. So we'll kind of have to take a look at these Washington counties for a third time. But yes, Jefferson County. Yes. Port Townsend. So it's interesting. It has to have some sort of university. Are we right? I don't think we are. Okay. For some reason, it's just liberal. 70%. I am not sure why it's so liberal. And perhaps someone here knows it. I thought someone in the comment section told me, oh, there's some sort of university. And it's not here, though. It's no... other than University of Virginia Library, which is a totally... University of Washington. No, it would have been on the top instead of external links. But I'm guessing there is some sort of institute we are not taking note of. It's not a county of diversity or something like that. Or it's just a county where all the people from Seattle go and have their cabins. I do not necessarily know. But what we do know is this ballot measure, a huge win for conservatives in small government. Now in Washington, now local government and local city governments and utilities can provide natural gas to customers who are eligible. Taking a look at the 4th ballot measure of this basically measure 2109. This measure, if passed, would eliminate a 7% tax on profits of over $25,000 derived from selling long-term capital assets. So taking a look here. It's a little, you'll see, this is a huge L for the taxpayer in this one. We're so happy when it comes to wins, no. Apparently, that's not the case. 64.1% is saying, nope, we are not going to eliminate a 7% tax. We're going to keep that tax on profits over $250,000. So, derived from selling long-term capital assets. So obviously, this is repeal capital gains tax. So the capital gains, they ultimately went out of their way to reject that. Once again, Washington really loves their government programs. So you'll see 76% of the popular vote in Jefferson County, once again, one of the most liberal counties, 76% saying no. They want those tax, they love those government programs once again. They think it's beneficiary. The county that said yes into this would be Stevens County. That, of course, would be right here. Stevens County, 56%. They're saying yes to this ballot measure. Obviously, not the best win for taxpayers here going forward. 56% in support of the ballot. Oh, I should say, of the ballot measure in Stevens County. But yeah, frustrating. You thought everything was going good with Washington until something like that comes. Prohibit carbon tax credit trading. So this measure would block state agencies from increasing cap and trade programs to cut greenhouse gas emissions. It would also repeal the Washington Climate Commitment Act of 2021. Oh, we know how this is going to go. Let's see that map. Okay, not surprising. So we know how you remember how Trump got us out of the Paris Climate Accord and how that drives liberals insane? They really love us to keep us in these climate programs and to keep these climate acts and climate measures going on. And when you see that this ballot measure, if passed, would actually repeal the Washington Climate Commitment Act, you know there's going to be a lot of liberals countering this. And looking at this map, yeah, it's not really surprising. You'll see here, you'll even see rural countryside. Yakima County has the city of Yakima. That county barely went for the no option. Klickitat County, 52%. You got Sacamania, Clark County, 57%. Not surprised. Basically, for indefinitely, all the Harris counties are going for the no option. No surprise there. Spokane County, somewhat compatible. Walla Walla, 53%. There's Okanogan and Chelan. So the county that's obviously, it's either Jefferson or Seattle, and it looks like King County this time. It was actually a tie, but since King County has more people because of Seattle, King County is the leader of this said ballot measure. Over 1 million votes participated in, of course, King County. 813,000 people, 75% of the popular vote. They're saying, we are not repealing this precious Climate Containment Act of 2021. That was passed in 2021, apparently. 38% for the yes. And you'll see it's Lincoln County. Where Lincoln County is. You'll see east of the Cascades, much more conservative, despite having Walla Walla and Spokane and Whitman. They're all in favors for the progressive side of the measure. You have, of course, the county of Lincoln County in support of 66%. That's actually pretty respectable. Almost 70% saying repeal it, because remember, this Climate Containment Act has the TAX word, tax, okay? So prohibit carbon tax credit trading, obviously. So, in other words, prohibit more government spending, more money going to the government for this climate issue, which is, of course, a hoax, right? It's a climate hoax. Yes, climate change exists. I acknowledge that. I mean, I live in Minnesota. There's no more snow on the ground in Minnesota. I grew up in Minnesota where there was snow on the ground during this time. It was like 7 inches of snow. There is no snow, and this is the second winter where we're having a brown Christmas. Yeah, I think there's such thing as climate change, but do you think we're going to go through all this spending in order to bring back the snow? No, I think we are in denial that, hey, guess what? Climate change is going to, of course, is going to be, in other words, blanking out. Yeah, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. And we'll adapt to it. We always adapt. We're human beings. We are human beings. And human beings always adapt to the climate that they live in. You see why people in the Middle East, they wear these articles of clothing in scorching 130-degree weather. That's in Iraq. And they're wearing burqas and garments in 130-degree weather. Yeah, because their bodies were trained to handle it. And guess what? It's going to be hard at first, but we're going to handle it. You look and see the proof that, hey, look, we can actually survive through this climate. And the idea that we're going to fly to Mars, we're going to abandon Earth because the Earth is getting warmer is ridiculous. This is our home. We are not made to live anywhere else but Earth. Planet Earth. That's it. And I can guarantee you we're not going to live on Mars. I don't think it's possible. Where's the food source? How are we going to get food? There's no food in Mars. Because Mars was not made for humans. It's just mind-boggling. So, no, we're not going to Mars. It's not going to happen. I mean, we can go to Mars, but we're not going to build a society on Mars. I know Elon Musk, and I respect Elon. I know Elon cares a lot about the climate issue, but I think we need to trust God. In God we trust. That's our motto. God is going to make sure we are okay with this climate crisis, whatever it is called. And if we don't trust him with this, then this really does speak the real truth about our motto and the real truth about our faith in America. A lot of people lose faith in God. They turn to this secular thing because they don't believe God supports them, but we are still here, meaning that God still loves us. A little religious speech from me, but yeah. So stop whining and crying. God we trust. In God we trust, meaning everything will be all right under God. So, that's my take on this progressive climate change buffoon, but yes. Prohibit tax credit trading. Okay, yeah, this is what we were talking about. The last measure, allow employees to opt out of Washington Cares. So if passed, this measure would let people opt out of Washington's long-term care insurance program, which it provides benefits like nursing home care. Those who exit the program would not be subject to the Washington Cares payroll tax and would not be eligible to receive benefits. Obviously, if imagine this, the hearts of the people in King County in Seattle, they're going to be so sunk when they hear a story of someone not eligible to receive some sort of benefit. That happens all the time. So it explains why all these people are saying no. 61% no. Jefferson County has to have a university, by the way. There's no way Jefferson County doesn't have a university. It's just too left-wing. It doesn't even have Olympia. It's just left-wing. 71% saying, no, they need the care. They need to receive the benefits. So allowing people to make their own decision, to opt out of the Washington Cares program, even though they are totally accepting the fact that, you know what, they're not going to be eligible for any services. But what if they want to leave? Nope, you can't leave. Nope, because then we're going to feel so bad, and you're going to be on the street. Oh, well, that's the choice they made. That's the choice they made. And imagine this. Taxpayers are still paying for this program, guys. And and imagine when more people leave. Sure, it's not like they're going to lose their house. They're going to make this so bad. Oh, you can't leave. Well, what if they want to leave? You're not committed to stay with these same healthcare insurance program. But I don't think it's like nursing. You're not committed to that. And you're being so authoritarian, saying, nope, you can't leave. Because otherwise, you won't receive this and this. Well, what if these people don't want to receive this and this? What if they don't care? That's what I'm telling you. Washington is like saying, no, we would rather have you guys stay on our little program so we get rich out of it. People of Washington are brainwashed to think, oh, no, this would be a big mistake. But here's the thing. They opt out on their own decision, and they suffer the consequences for it. So if they go bankrupt or they don't benefit, they lose these benefits, and they regret it in the end, that's their fault. That's their problem. So it just shows the little lack of freedom that is in the state of Washington, obviously. You have Jefferson County, once again, voting so aggressively against it. 71%, along with San Juan County, which is the San Juan Islands, very liberal too. 71%. Yes, is being led by Lincoln. The only county go over 62%. You'll see a lot of urban counties like Yakima and Klickitat. Counties that voted for Trump, by the way, even Sakamania, or whatever it's called, Walla Walla, Whitman, Spokane, and Asatin. They decide, oh, you can't leave too. And I'm just telling you, you got to remember, there's Washington state-run propaganda. It's 24/7. So what do you guys think about these Washington ballot measures? I think it was very based. The first measure was based, but when we got to the other three, it kind of died down a lot. So what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.